They say you shouldn't reinvent the wheel. I disagree. Hello, Chip Dippers. Now, like me, you might remember being 12 years old and watching Knight Rider with awe and wonder. Good times. And I promised myself when I was a kid that I would one day own KITT. And that is actually possible today with replicas starting at around the price of a family car. But there's one little problem with them. Now, before I explain, did you see the video I did recently exploring Knight Rider filming locations? Well, believe it or not, there's a very special person who did.
Hello, Ladyfractic. I loved your video exploring my old Knight Rider filming locations. Great job. Until next time, drive safely and best wishes.
It's pretty special, right? And whilst replicas are immense fun and look totally convincing, they do lack one feature that perhaps is the most important thing that made KITT. Self-driving. And right now, the only cars with full self-driving are Teslas running the new beta version. And I just happen to be one of those lucky testers. It's probably no surprise to you to therefore learn why I saved up to buy a Tesla. To me, this is the real world KITT. And it is truly mind-blowing. It can take me door to door, pretty much anywhere with little to no interaction. It even knows how to wait its turn at a four-way stop intersection, and it performs some incredible maneuvers. It's pretty amazing, right? Now, perhaps obviously, it's not really possible to take the tech out of a Tesla and fit it in an old Trans Am. The Tesla's bigger for a start and the cameras wouldn't line up. So why don't we do the next best thing and take KITT and put him in a Tesla? Do you want to do that? Okay. Punch it, Tess. Punch it. Oh, I forgot, it doesn't have voice activation. At least not yet. Well, as our two sleepy babies sleep behind me here, I think the first thing I'd like to do is take a look at this.
I'm very pleased to meet you.
Now, as you can probably see on the back there, it says that it's made by Think Geek. And sadly, that company is no longer with us. They passed away. So this is no longer made anymore, and they're actually quite hard to get hold of. I was lucky that I bought one when it first came out. But I think it might be interesting to open this up. Incidentally, you can get all the tools I use, including this, in the link in the description. Oh wow. Actually, I feel a bit like Bonnie in Knight Rider, actually dissecting KITT. Do I look like her? Nothing really on the back, just the speaker and a ferrite ring. I know, it's just to reduce interference. And a couple of capacitors, one for each of the USB ports here. It's not exactly a beautifully soldered piece of equipment here. I mean, I guess it works. If you wanted to build your own one of these, I recommend PCBWay! Make great quality, better quality than this. PCB starting at just $5. Bucks. Because as we all know, PCB stands for Pretend Car Buddy. Doesn't it? It's funny, isn't it, how even that shape in just black plastic is nostalgic and reminiscent of KITT. The thing that's bothering me is it's not going to have any kind of artificial intelligence. I'm going to have to push the button out the top to get him to just speak random phrases. I think we can do this better. Well, it's always worth looking for things, and I found this app. It's called KITT, the real one. It doesn't have amazing reviews, but let's try it out. Why does this not have good reviews? You see this? That's a Knight Rider. So I read the instructions and it says that you can just talk to it and it's going to respond.
I must say I have my doubts about this.
I didn't script that. Hello?
Hello?
I love it.
Are you sure?
I mean, you said it. I'm having a conversation now. You said it, not me.
Not true.
It's true. KITT, stop lying.
No one knows. No one knows.
This is awesome. Can you actually understand me?
It's worse than I imagined.
Better than I imagined. How are you?
Everything is in proper order, but thank you for your concern.
Love it. KITT, this is my dog.
Hello?
I wonder what KITT thinks of old KITT. KITT, analyze.
No comment.
That's what it thinks of it. Love it. Well, how can we mount this dead center above the steering wheel? KITT, goodbye.
Goodbye, my friend. I think I'll miss you.
So we want KITT to sit about here, like he does in the original car. Trouble is,
I'm at full power.
even though he's at full power, that's exactly in my eye line. So, well, let's mount it and we'll worry about the steering wheel later.
I fail to see the logic of that statement.
I guess he's just going to accompany us. I found this. It claims to actually mount to the Tesla vent system right here.
I certainly hope so.
I certainly hope so too. These are the vents. If you didn't know, you can control them using your finger and the air goes where you tell it to, which is honestly amazing. But let's see how this works. It is wireless charging. There's the plate. Lots of little bits. Whoops.
No comment.
Put the nut over the ball first and then stick the ball in the hole and then screw on the nut.
That's what she said.
I need more data for my information then.
KITT could be my new site presenter.
I'm very pleased to meet you.
Thank you. Goes this way round.
No one knows.
Well, the instructions seem to know.
Are you kidding me?
No. It's actually quite well designed. It just clips in neatly.
No one knows. No one knows.
Now, as you probably know, modern iPhones have this MagSafe charging ring here, so it should just stick on there. Oh, wow. It snapped it out of my hand. That is very... It's a good idea. That is very nice. Now, if I go over a pothole, is it going to come off? No. That takes a serious amount of pulling. Look.
I'm speechless.
This is never going to get old. So now as soon as I get in the car, I can just pop my phone here. I've got KITT. The steering wheel's really getting in the way. I've got to fix that.
Are you quite sure?
Thank you for your constant input and friendship, KITT.
What do you mean?
Well, I appreciate you being my friend.
I can't believe it's a real possibility.
12-year-old me, neither, KITT. I love you.
It's a cross I have to bear.
And then what I'm doing here is using the iPhone Shortcuts app to make it so that when the phone detects the car's Bluetooth, it will automatically prompt me to launch KITT, and also change the audio output from the speakers of the car to the phone, so KITT sounds like he's coming from KITT. And there's even a way to make him play our custom sound. Then when I get in the car, KITT will launch.
Hello, Parafractic.
Well, I've found a company called Arrowham that actually sell steering yokes that you can place on the Model 3 to replace your steering wheel. Here, take a look. Got all these different options, leather, or even this beautiful white one. And here it is. So, got some tools, and this is the attachment for our wrench. That's the right size. It's really nice that they give you those. Now, although they sent this free, this is for a review, so it's not sponsored, and all of my opinions are going to be my own. If it sucks, I'm going to let you know it sucks. Look at this, it's got this kind of hairnet, which is not very attractive. Alright. Guys, wow, it's even got the little... This is indistinguishable from the Tesla steering wheel that I've got. Obviously it's a different shape, but quality-wise, Tesla apparently aren't too bothered about it, and if you're worried about warranty issues, I've heard of somebody going into Tesla with this installed in their car, and the most the engineer said was, hey, nice yoke. It's even got the little spring that the airbag module clips into. Let's go install it. Now, I don't want the airbag to go off in my face, contrary to popular opinion, so I'm going to disconnect the power from two places in the front trunk, or is it front boot? Food. I'm going to disconnect the power from the food. We want to therefore make sure we leave the doors open, because after we disconnect the battery, the doors won't open anymore because they're electronic. So here we go. Oh, I'm fine.
Tell me what you want me to do.
Well, after that little electro boom moment, it's time to remove the airbag itself. There are two little holes in either side of the steering wheel here. If I push on these, it's going to release the spring clip which holds the airbag in place. Hopefully the airbag won't go off. Here goes. Oh, sorry. I had this terrible dream that I got hit by an airbag. Anyway, obviously that's not going to happen. So here we go.
After spending 8 months in recovery Googling what he did wrong, Ladyfractic tried the installation again.
Oh, sorry. Daydreaming. Imagining what it would be like to be hit by an airbag. Let's try again. Alright. That's one half. And the second bit. There it is. Wow. Look at that. Really push that clip. There's our airbag module. So next up, we're going to release the wheel from the car using this. Oh my god. Jeez. Warning, wear eye protection. get out of the car and use all my leverage. Here we go. Oh, God, that really hurt. Oh, I should have said at the start, do this at your own risk. Don't try this at home. Try it at work or somewhere. Yeah, definitely hit my bone pretty hard. Oh, I am not yoking when I say that really hurt. Okay, but it's loose. That's the main thing. Ah, nuts. If you can joke about it, you're okay. There's our wheel. They say you shouldn't reinvent the wheel. I disagree. In with the yoke. It's kind of interesting though. I do wonder if you could drive it like this.
The probability of the steering wheel being taken away in the future is 100%. Consumers will demand in the future that people are not allowed to drive these 2-ton death machines.
Let's try it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not that stupid. So we've just got to take out all the horn and harness assembly from here and install it in the new one. Push and release. And release. Like performing surgery. Very interesting. It's got an official Tesla logo there. Ta-da! Okay, our innards. Getting there. Now, the moment of truth. I apologize, it is getting dark. Let's try putting this on. Oh, that looks weird. It's like part of the car is missing. Well, that's really weird. Okay, well, let's connect it all back up. That's probably tight enough. I'd lose my manhood if I push it down any more that way. Last and scariest step. So I just want you to see my perspective of this. That is what it's like.
Hello, Chiropractic.
So let's go reconnect the power. I'm just going to reverse everything that I did before in the front fruit.
A few moments later.
It's quite low. You get a steering wheel. Moment of truth. It's as high as it goes. That's going to be okay. Here we go. Oh, do you know, I feel like Michael Knight very suddenly. I really like this. Immediately. Feels like you've got more leverage. Let's try a sharp right here. I really like this. I've seen people saying, oh, the yoke is weird and too hard to get used to. That leverage it gives you when you're cornering, it just felt more natural. Look at that. It's so much easier to take a sharp corner because you're not having to feed the wheel and all of that jazz. Self-driving, please. Look at that. This is super duper cool.
Is this a car or a spaceship? Spaceship. Is this a car or a spaceship?
I figured out why I like this so much. When it self-drives normally, it's just the wheel going round, so it doesn't really look much like it's doing much because the wheel stays the same shape. With this, you really can tell it's self-driving. And I've just realized I've unlocked a memory. That's what it was about KITT. Because his gull-wing yoke would go around with a rectangle shape, essentially. You could really sense that KITT was driving. I've not had that feeling until just now in the Tesla. Because it really is showing me that it's driving. Oh, now we are night riding. Look at that. See, that's a bit weird. The fast flip over, I have to get used to that. But otherwise, so happy. Let's see if Ladyfractic is equally happy. Welcome. Here it is. This is what I've been working on for what seems like a month.
Wow, that looks great. I like it. It's got that nostalgic vibe to it.
Exactly. Let's introduce you.
That's very cool.
I'm not sure I understand your logic.
Well, hello.
Hello.
My name's Ladyfractic.
I'm very pleased to meet you.
Pleasure's all mine.
Is that a fact?
Yep. We didn't script this at all. It's just happening organically. So KITT, here's my girlfriend.
Your girlfriend?
Oh, no.
Your girlfriend?
It doesn't have a word for wife. KITT, here's my wife.
That is a very long story. I'll tell you about it later.
We have been together a long time, I suppose.
Yeah. You know, I think the white yoke would look really good too.
That's not asking a lot. That's asking a miracle.
Yeah, I just installed the black one.
Can't you just swap them out?
I don't think I'm going to like this.
Yeah,
Whatever you say.
best friends already, these two.
Well, he knows to say I'm always right.
KITT, you're very clever.
Thank you. It's always nice to give credit where credit is due.
That's actually really impressive for a 7-year-old app.
I know.
Now he sounds old. Is there anything else you want to ask, KITT?
What's your favorite color?
Any color, as long as it's black. Elegant, quiet, basic black.
Shame my car is grey. Yeah. KITT, turn on the scanner.
Why? Is there a young lady in the vicinity?
Did you know Ladyfractic was going to appear?
No,
Not to my knowledge.
not to my knowledge.
He didn't either. Bye, Ladyfractic.
Goodbye, my friend. I think I'll miss you.
Touching. Do you love me?
Of course.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna leave you two lovebirds alone.
Goodbye.
Bon voyage.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Well, I've got just one more job to do. Install a real scanner in the front. You ready, KITT?
I'm at full power.
Perfect. And this is what I got. It's a 50-50, I can't read the rest. Oh, it's translated. High power, remote, colourful, KNIGHT Rider light. Careful how you say that. And here's the light itself. Comes with this little control box. That's going to connect using 12 volts to our battery or to any switching power source. And you can see it's weatherproofed. And just a bunch of LEDs. And teeny tiny little capacitors too. Oh. Because we can turn it on and off using this, we may not need to worry about attaching it to a switching power source. Switching just means that it is only on when the ignition's on, so the car battery won't drain. Now what I'd like to do ultimately is connect it to the lights, specifically the front fog light, because I rarely ever use this, and it means that I can just turn on the KITT scanner by hitting that. But for now I think we'll just install it directly to the battery just to make sure it all works. Now what I want to do is mirror this curve of the bodywork with the light strip, so that I want it to follow that same curve so it all looks uniform, if we can even see it through the gap. I get excited each time I see that lit up in the dark. Oof. And you've always got to do this, right? Crossed. And of course there's a choice of colours. Now it looked like a cop car. And different designs. But I'm a purist, it's got to be red side to side.
Hello, Ladyfractic.
Bon voyage. Like California.
Well, I couldn't be happier with my modern day version of KITT.
KITT for easy reference.
But what do you think? Is there other stuff we could add? I suppose obvious ideas would be a black paint job or a ejector seat, perhaps. But if you can think of any less lawsuit-inducing ideas, let me know in the comments. And make sure you subscribe so you don't miss part 2, where I'll be adding old-school Atari joystick support, a KITT-style display screen, wristwatch voice control to pop the trunk kit.
We're going to ask for the car to come and get us.
Where's my car? And making KITT's voice come out of the Tesla's exterior speaker while he drives himself to pick us up.
I'm here.
Until next time, thanks for watching. Subscribe and support below. And cheerio. Punch it, KITT! Whoa! Oh no!
Hang on, that's the wheel.